Welcome everyone to our discussion on the role of emotional intelligence in building with and valuable relationships. So, in part 1, we covered a lot about emotional intelligence and we will stay focused on this topic. So, in this part 2, guys, I will start by asking you with some questions. MP style, can you tell us what emotional intelligence is and give some examples?
Okay, I'll say this in short, there's not much to say. Emotional intelligence is the understanding of your emotions or other people's emotions at the current situations and be able to act smart. For example, if now your emotions, you are feeling stressed, you are doing a presentation where it's like you are shy, you don't know how to speak public, and you are stressed, you can able to detect your emotions and do any strategics, act smartly upon it so that you don't show people that you are stressed. You are hiding that you are stressed, you are shy, you are acting smart out of it. Another example, you may be stressed about your academics or anything related to your job or anything about life. So in order for you not to let stress control you, you must detect your emotions. That's emotional intelligence. You must detect your emotions, then act smartly upon them. You see, for other people, when it's like you are recognizing their emotions. For example, you can work as a group. You can work in a group, and then you detect someone that this person is shy or this person is not familiar or is not comfortable around this group. You can detect that person, understand the emotions of that person, then try not to criticize or judge, but understand where the person is coming from. Then think of a better way, act smart to help that person that is shy. That way you recognize and understood the emotions of that particular person and act smart upon them. So in short, I would say that emotional intelligence is like understanding emotions, then controlling them, act smart.
Okay, P. So, can you share like at least your experience like about emotional intelligence?
With emotional intelligence,
Mm.
the experience that I will tell you is I was once an actor. When I was an actor, I was not prepared. And I think yeah, it was last year. So there was this audition, this company, they hosted an audition. So you had to take a video, then send them via WhatsApp. So I had to do auditions. So in that auditions, I contacted my late teacher last year with the acting teacher. I said, okay, I have this and this and this. Can I come through and do this video? Then I was busy with schoolwork. Then I came there without preparing. And I was so stressed. What am I going to do? What monologue I'm going to present there? Because these guys are taking me a video. These guys are professional actors. So I detected my emotions and I just acted smart and just let me be me. That was my strategy. Let me just be me. Let me try to act like a person. Let me imagine myself in this scenario that I'm acting as a character. Let me imagine myself. Let me act as myself. So that was the smartest way that I could do. So I understood my emotions, then acted on them.
Okay. Thank you so much, MP Stein. So, Mr. Mish, if you have a question, just ask it now before we continue with this topic.
So, Mr. MP Stein, you have said something very similar to the fact that in order for you to control your emotions, you must first understand them. And that is when you can actually control them. But sometimes, even when you actually understand your own emotions, it's
MP,
not
Mike.
very easy for you to actually react a certain way. So, we just want to know that are there certain techniques that you actually use to enhance certain characteristics of allowing you to control these emotions that you talk about? So you gave a scenario about the time where you had to perform a certain presentation or you had to audition, right? And you found yourself having to act. Is there any technique perhaps that you are using? Because not everybody can act in all situations, Right. So is there a particular thing that you need to understand so that you can act?
Okay, I'll say that for right now, I don't have a method or technique that I follow that, okay, if I'm having this, I must detect it, then act smartly. For me, it's like situations are different. Sometimes I can get a situation that I cannot perform this emotional intelligence, but in other situations you can really like perform these techniques. So in a situation, just like the situations that I do. Firstly, I just understand the problem. Ne? The problem is that I'm shy. You see, I'm scared. What will I do if I mess up? Ne? Then if I remember what will I do, what will they do if I mess up, or what will I do if I mess up in front of that camera? Now I think of what they taught me. If now I messed up, I can do it, or I can just continue and act like nothing happened. You see, when actors, they act, if you messed up, you continue like what you messed up, it's part of your script. You see, now, for example, if now I'm stressed with my academics, I'm saying, no, I can't cope, what. I think of chances. Let's take now I'm not coping in my academics. Ne? I say, okay, if I'm not coping, it might happen I fail, it might happen I pass. Let me check what I'm scared of failing. Ne? Okay, I'm scared of failing. What will happen if I fail? At my options. When I fail, it's not I'm giving up. I'm just weighing my options. So when I fail, what will happen? Okay, I'll redo it. It's not the first time I fail. I'm not alone who's failing. I can just like rebound it. It gives me like a reflection. What makes you fail? What makes you be in this situation? You see? So there's no like certain methodologies that I follow. It's just that different scenarios or different situations, they are different, and you act differently on them. Sometimes I fail to act on them. Sometimes I manage to apply the emotional intelligence and get through them.
Bali, I've said that the definition of a cult depends on where you are standing. So, for example, they do teach us to live life, but people are doing this and this. And you concluded that if someone loves something, it will not be easy for that person to leave it because of addiction. So, by this statement, what are you trying to say about emotional intelligence?
You are saying kunite cult and mutangus.
Yeah, sure.
Cult depend upon munhu. And those people, they do teach us how to live life. So your question, you go with what I've said last week. What am I saying about emotional intelligence? Yes. You can just continue and elaborate exactly on what you were saying. That's what he's technically trying to ask. Yeah.
Bali.
Emotional intelligence, man. When we say someone is emotional intelligent, let me explain in this way so that they can understand what I'm saying. It's when they take decisions, man. From last week I've learned that when we say someone is intelligent, it's when they take decisions without being based on emotions, man. So they are in everyone, there are some times where we cannot act emotionally, or we cannot showcase emotional intelligence. What do I mean by this? Feelings tends to play a biased part on this. For example, a cult last week. In a cult, you know that what you are doing is wrong. And you understand that what you are doing is wrong. But because you have been brainwashed by your leader saying that this is good and this is for the benefit of God. Let's say maybe when I follow a similar cult, I'm not saying this is what will happen. I'm just saying cultly we go around hipping about. You understand, Kurim? Reasoning what we are doing is wrong, but reasoning munhu lava wa kereke kune munitwa ko mufana ku
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see? So based on the outcome that we want to achieve, we will do things and no longer think emotionally. So we no longer have the intelligence emotionally. Like if you are pursuing a girl and you are emotionally intelligent, you know that you don't have to spend on her, right? To get her to like you.
Yeah.
I saw never.
It's all.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you really like a girl, you become a fool, sending a time, buying her car, right?
Yeah.
I saw never. But for a girl that you don't like, you won't do that, right?
I made your ball.
It's not very easy to answer it that way, because what you're asking also ties back to the magnitude of your emotional intelligence. So if you're not emotionally intelligent, yeah, we can say yes, that's true.
All right.
How I think about it is that if you are actually emotionally intelligent, that means that you don't really, okay. So one thing that I would say is that when it comes to emotions, right, there's always a simple way to react. And the simple way really to react is where you're not actually applying emotional intelligence. For instance, if someone were to say something or do something that will not make me feel happy, that will feel upset about, right? The most common thing is that I will act in a way that you will see that this person is not happy with what I did, right? But if you are emotionally intelligent, there are certain things that you can apply, right? By calculating that, okay, if I do this, does it really solve the problem? Because how I tell that someone is emotionally intelligent, that's when you're not doing something just to feel appeased, but doing something so that you can solve the problem. Right?
But I mean, I must stand lava to engage us so that we get the best of this. Me not being angry, and okay, let me say it in this way. You know there come people, right?
Yes, there come people. That's possible.
Over Sokolosa, and then it just moves away, Master says. But when it comes to, let's say, okay, I get what you're saying, but let's say it comes to him now being in a real situation where he has to apply this emotional intelligence. Like for instance, you know good the rate of
Yeah.
Because he's acting out of his emotions and doing things based on what has happened to him. But lawyer is very calm. Can we say he's intelligent emotional?
Can you just repeat the question?
Let's say there's a person.
Yeah.
When you provoke him calm, natural he's calm.
And natural the person is calm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this person happens school, and then he tries to commit suicide. He attempts suicide. And in spite of all, him being calm in situation because he's calm natural, and then him trying to take his life, can we conclude and say that this person is emotionally intelligent?
No. I don't think that it will be accurate for us to conclude that, right?
Okay. Can I add on that?
Yeah.
I will say there is a situation where it's like you can be. There is a situation where it's like you can be like emotional intelligence, and then sometimes there are situations that you cannot apply your emotional intelligence. You can't be intelligent in all situations. You can be emotional intelligence in this minor issue, but you don't know how your emotions, the magnitude or how big your emotions, your feelings affect this. Look what that take you. But this thing of a minor issue, sometimes you can just like maneuver it. Someone steps on you, see this person is drunk, let me just leave it. But this thing of you being left out with your girlfriend leaving you, now you feel like the world is ending. It's like this thing is big to you. So we didn't conclude that you're not emotionally intelligent. It's about the situation, how big the situation or the feelings are affecting you.
Okay, but then come back to this. I get your point, and you are very spot on that. Between the situation you're secure, na situation you're here, but then I can't go to a where should emotional intelligence, or where should we train people to be more emotional intelligent?
Yeah, Bali. I want to first, so in that situation, yes, I agree with the PM style when he says that there are certain situations where you might find yourself not actually having the right skills to apply emotional intelligence. But when we talk about what can be the causes that in certain situations you're able to apply it, but in other situations you're not able to apply it, right? So just before we ended last week, I said something about experience, right? If something happens to me today, it's possible that if it's the first time that I'm being exposed to that particular thing, for instance, like a breakup, right? So a person once went through that before, not saying that he will be more suitable to react well to the situation, but I feel like with the initial experience, if it happens that he managed to overcome that first experience, there's something that he learned that if it happens again, he can use it. Yeah, I was explaining that if something happens today, right, where you are supposed to apply a certain aspect of emotional intelligence, and it happens that you have never been in that situation before, it's very difficult to know how to react. But if that thing happens and you overcome it, the next time it approaches, you will have something new to apply to the situation, you see.
And Pistol.
But
I'm still here. I'm still here.
30 years old, right?
What is the question? Is there a question for me?
No, I'm just trying to say something. Yeah. But if you're 30 years old, right, and you've gone through several breakups, you won't react the same as.
Oh.
You know what people say, mostly they say with age comes knowledge and wisdom, right? Like the corn.
Yeah, I'm still here.
They're saying that, right? Maybe it's an African saying that with age comes knowledge, right?
Yeah, we can say that with age. This thing of ageism, the more you grow up, the more experiences you get. That's what Pramisha was trying to say. Because when you grow up, the more you experience things.
Yeah, but there's a catch. There's one thing that I don't completely agree with that statement, but the one that you just said, right? Really about the age, but it's more about the experience. The reason maybe why someone concluded that by age, they're suspecting that just because you're older, which means that you've went through these experiences. But it's not the age; it's more of the experience.
Misho, the reason why we're comparing it to age is because when you are age 30, and obvious, there are high chances that you've taken many girls in your life, and the breakup while you are 30 won't break you. That you know that when you are 30, it's equivalent to that you have experience in that thing. So sometimes you can use age to tell that, oh, this guy has experience. If now you get a job now, someone who's like 10 years in the industry and you are 1 year in the industry, that person has more experience. He can like react in many situations more than you. That's why we're using age or time, because in that time you can have many experiences. The chances of you having many experiences more than the one who has 1 year, they are a lot. That's why sometimes you can use even age.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Yeah, in most aspects that can happen, but sometimes it is possible that you can be more knowledgeable about something as compared to a 30-year-old.
There's a rebuttal for that, man. And this question goes to many of you. I'm sure different of one on one who gonna. The balala can win
You were exposed to that. Yeah, in many scenarios. Yeah.
I didn't hear the question. Can you please repeat?
The question is, I want to repeat something. The Batguri experiences can make us emotionally intelligent. In some instances, they can make you intelligent, right? In some instances, you don't learn. You keep on repeating in some instances. So my question, I want to start slow. Like, for instance, there's this girl, anga pregnant, grade 7 or grade 9. One komela wana ka atlathelela foot, right? Atlathelela foot. This girl who under 22, I say in this at 22, 23. Yeah. Mostly amatikweni kwa mundo. But she's not changing her ways. She's not getting or she's not getting intelligent, but getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So your experiences can make you intelligent. I don't really stand with it in Leo. It comes back to what you were saying about when you were talking about emotions, that if someone breaks your heart, you don't know how to handle that. Pela, I can be dating from age 15 I've not had that connection. You understand this thing? I am used to being broken. I'm used to being heartbroken, right? But the level of attachment, it's not the same as it comes and becomes a problem.
Okay, can I answer you?
Yeah, answer me.
On the example that you just made, it's, if you can really think about it, it's a good thing. There's no experience there. Remember, now you are getting a girl that you are emotionally attached. It's a new thing. Back then you didn't get a girl where you are emotionally attached. So if back then you got a girl where you are emotionally attached to her, if now you are dating, you get another girl where you are emotionally attached to her, you will practice your emotions because it once happened. So in your example, it can't happen because you never got a girl that you were attached to her. And another thing to answer you were saying?
But you are not getting my example, guys. I'm not saying that you are not attached to these people. Master says, you do. I'm not attached, Mara. Not into this. This is you find an
okay. Attached, but not more attached than this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vele ungebe attached abantu kwa kunana bangata ku sisita kanyana kare mara he usibona was attached mara kufika ku bana no yinoma ku yindayi kwa. It's not your first time experiencing Rambo mara. This time it's in a higher level. Let me give you an example. We know that every guy was once loyal, one man, woman, and then he met a girl that he loved so much, and then she breaks him, and then he'll be like, I'm no longer going to give in. And that is not emotionally intelligent also. Right? Mara, that's how it is. You were loyal, and then the girl breaks you, and then you'll be like, no, I'm no longer going in. So what I'm saying, if you've been dating and been heartbroken until you get someone who say this is in a deeper level, that's what I'm saying about.
When you say deeper level, we can do many speculations like how deep and how do you define your deep. When you say in a deeper level, you can love someone, okay, you love that someone breaks your heart, then later on get someone breaks your heart, later get someone. When you are doing that, you get someone that you love again. Now, for example, let me define how attached you are to this girl now. It's how deep it is. Now you are married, you are working, you have properties, you have kids. Now it's time for you to break up. Obviously, you won't behave like the breakups that you once had while you're still young, because now you have more to lose. There's a family being broken. This is an example. There's a family being broken. Your properties are now her properties. There's arguments, counseling. That thing, you can't compare it to the breakup that you once had. You see, that's how I define how deep it is. It cannot be, you cannot say that now you love this girl, then you love her, she breaks you, then later on get another one that you love more than this one and also break you. You are more likely to act your emotional intelligence. But now, if we're defining it, how deep it is, we look at how deep it is. How do we define the deepness? Is it the marriage or what? How deep we have developed the memories, the years, everything. You see, that's how deep we are. So it's still a new thing to you. Sometimes you can't practice your emotional intelligence because in my example, it is still new to you. This type of attachment, this type of deepness, it is new to you. It's not the same deepness as the one that you used to date. So in some different way, it is still new. I'm not sure if maybe I did get you or you didn't get me.
I want to ask you now. So now you are standing with my statement where experience does not necessarily make us emotionally intelligent.
No, I'm not. If you can, I'm not. Look, I'm saying that the girls that you dated, fine. You date again, they break your heart, fine. You date again, they break your heart, fine. Now you get this fine girl, you spend more years, get married, you get a child, you have a family. Remember, this is no longer experience. Back then you were dating, you didn't have a family, you didn't have a car, you didn't sign, you didn't introduce to your parents or what. This type of relationship, how deepness it is still you. So when this thing breaks up, you can't expect to have emotional intelligence because of the experiences, because the experiences are two different things. The ones behind, there were no attachment. Yes, you love them, but how deep it is when you define it in the deep that I told you, how deep it is for you, it is still new. But for example, now if you've now get married, spend some other year divorced, and then now you're heartbreak, then again you get married, then divorced again. That's two type of things happening into your life, and you can be able to act your emotional intelligence because of experience.
Okay, but let me tell you this now. Yeah. You are getting my point. You are going there, and I'm getting what you're saying. But you know that when you're dating people, over attached differently. Number one was saying no from Sakara, and there are those who are saying, okay, let me see where this takes us. Maybe I can settle with this one. And then you get disappointed. You act how you act and all that. Let me say this.
But
to
answer you in short, right? You know, another fact of emotional intelligence that we as people tend to neglect, which I see is a very powerful tool. Sacrifice is very important. Sometimes you must calculate, right? Calculate the risk. You can't just have intentions of something without actually calculating how you got there. When you make a decision, what is it that you calculated for you to get to that conclusion? Or this person is suitable? Let me ask you that. Okay, or let's just link it to many people. So you just mentioned something that you can come to this decision. I wanna move in. What did you calculate? Did you just, you see, it's sort of like you just relied on your emotions. So you weren't really emotional. In most cases, you weren't that emotional intelligent. You just acted upon. It's just like a situation where you get in a situation where you're angry and you punch someone in the face. That's just going to cause you more problems. Same thing with this one. Many people these days, they just want to get married, and when you ask them why, because I'm attached. That's not a good reason. There's no emotional intelligence. I'm not sure if you get what I'm trying to say, because right now it's sort of, you're just focusing on the emotions part, but you're not really talking about people who tell us that, okay, this and this I calculated. Because in some cases, if you talk about breakups, and people might tell you that, you know what, there were signs, but I decided to just let go of the signs because I was attracted. Whoa. So sacrifice, like, oh, Nagabon.
Bali.
Let me tell you this, man.
Bali. Bali.
Aye.
Talawam, at least I want you to give at least a summary, because I still have more questions.
Okay. Yeah, okay, let me in brief summarize, man.
Okay.
So, Bali, ite, not me. Balilema. Ite, you cannot be intelligent in everything. That is correct. So one thing we need to agree on, we cannot be intelligent in everything. That those it's nothing to them. That those it's nothing to them. That those they go around and go crazy. And that. So now what I'm saying in conclusion, and I think it's open for me. When we have time, we can come back and discuss it. As Bali was talking, I got to understand when he was talking about how deep this is. I got to understand that you can only be emotionally intelligent through experience, if and only if the same measure of problem happens to you, or less than. So if the measure of a problem it's the same as the one you had through your experience, or it's less than, that where you only apply emotional intelligence. That's what I've come to conclude through the talkings of these two people. So you see, but when we discuss now, we get
Bali, okay, bye.
So that is my conclusion.
Let me address this. This discussion, guys, is not for argument. It's for anyone to give some points. Like, it's not for convincing someone to believe in what you are saying is right or you are correct. Like, it's to give points. It's not for argument. So I have a question for Misho here. How does religion teach you emotional intelligence? It is not only the platform, as you said in part 1. So there are factors that limit our emotional intelligence. So I want you to mention those factors. Ramesh.
Factors that limit emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're talking about platform, technically what I was saying last week is that emotional intelligence is something that we can learn in various fields, right? So like just Bali concluded right now that a person can be emotional intelligent, but not emotional intelligent in all fields, right? It's a sign that if you're emotionally intelligent or you have a certain characteristic, you have obtained it some way, right? So when we talk about the platform of religion, what we're saying is that you can learn certain stuff that will make you emotionally intelligent, but you don't learn everything. I think those are the exact same words that I've mentioned last week. So I'm not saying that there are factors that limit you. In fact, you're just limited if you're not exposed that much. So Bali just concluded, I'll just repeat again, that you cannot be you can only be emotional experience can teach you emotional intelligence, but not beyond the bones that you have not experienced. That just tells us that, which means that it is actually true that the more experience, the better. Because from the conclusion, he says that you can only learn this factor from stuff you experience. And those that you don't experience, you can't learn. So meaning that for you to learn better, experience is essential. You can just become better, but you cannot be perfect. But with exposure, you become better. That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to add something, question or additional information?
No, I don't have a question about that.
MP?
No, I wanted to add something on Mr. Baal's conclusion. Yeah, we all said that you can be more you can be emotional intelligence once you have experience. And one thing I want to add is that there's a thing, I don't know if Misha said the point, but I've heard something about calculating and what. So now I feel like you can have more emotional intelligence once you are prepared in the situation. For example, if now I get a girl, I really love this girl. If now I can sit down and speak to myself and ask myself, what will happen the day she leaves me? This thing of calculating the future, it can make me be prepared on what will happen, how will I act on the day this thing happens. And when it happens, I can act wisely using my emotional intelligence technique. And the other thing is that you can learn from others. If now I see when this one goes do this thing and these are the outcomes, and I see the situation and that particular something happens to me, I can use my emotional intelligence because I've once saw it. It's sort of experience, but not experience in me, someone that I know, or a story that I've just read, or a movie or anything. I can learn from that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. Some ways to control emotional intelligence. I wouldn't say that there are there's specific methodologies that you will follow to practice emotional intelligence. But some way, I feel like in our conclusion, the conclusion that we made, I feel like it's more the same. The conclusion is more the same. I just added on. I didn't argue anything. I just added on the conclusion. So the conclusion, the ways that you can be more emotional intelligence. First thing is experience. If you have more experience, that's the more you can practice your emotional intelligence. And the other thing that I just highlighted is calculating the day will happen if this and this happen. You can be prepared for that particular situation. If this and this happen, you can practice your emotional intelligence. And for another thing, you can learn from others. So that's the thing that you must follow if you want to practice more emotional intelligence. First, it's experience. Number two, be prepared on the day the thing happened. And the third one, learn from others. Yeah.
Bramish, you go Bramish.
Yes.
The same question.
The same question that he has just answered.
Yeah. And then
I don't think they'll have to break down a lot, because I think he's elaborated all that I wanted to say as well. So he's talked about the issue of experience. He's talked about the issue of being prepared, which I refer to as the issue of sacrifice. Right?
Yeah.
So with that, I don't really like to make a lot of unrelated links. But there's this saying, I'm not sure where it comes from, but I think there's something similar to that. Maybe in the Bible, where they say that if something causes you, right, to act in a way that you wouldn't want, get rid of that particular thing, right? So when we talk about sacrifice, right, there are certain situations where you see that if this and this happens, right, this will put me in a very tight space that I wouldn't want to be. So you decide not to. For instance, let's talk about the issue of gambling, right? As much as there's a great probability of winning, you can calculate that the loss is going to hurt even more. So let me stay out of it. That's a little something that we used to calculate. For instance, just like Mr. Baali stated, you can't be intelligent in all stuff, but are those that keep on gambling. They lose money, but they're not losing anything. It's because for them, they haven't really calculated the risk very well. Or maybe they did, but sometimes as much as calculating is important, understanding the risk is also essential. So calculate and understand. Is this something worth losing? If I have this person and I lose them, is it worth it? Not sure if I am putting it well here, but
Bale.
what I'm emphasizing is the issue of what? Of sacrifice. It's important this way. It's important. Yeah.
Bali, let me ask now.
Yeah.
What you are explaining now, I get it. But it's only an intelligent person that can weigh out risks. Right? And if I remember well, last week I will emotional intelligence in Sanjan. Am I right?
Yeah.
How can we apply it? And what you are saying now, now we are talking, and your points are very good. That is how we can show a person is emotional intelligence. Master says, we weigh out the risks and all that. If question Bali, I think what are ways we can show for it, or we can keep emotional intelligence, right?
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay. So yeah, but I think if you answer it in that way, I feel that you are right for weighing out. But when it comes to weighing out and sacrificing, can't we? This is a question that I have, especially for all of us. Can't we put it in a point that explains when we say this, maybe say point one. Point one. This is when someone is sacrificing and all that, showing their emotional intelligence, like Bali said, through experiences. So when we say through experiences, we know when we are talking about gambling, so experiences makes you master experiences, these are true things. So when it comes to weighing and other things, how can we bundle it to be one?
Okay guys, thank you so much, Bali, and all of you guys. So my last question is, this question is for all of you. So do you think is it possible for us to control our emotions?
Nah, for me, from my observation and my experience, here we're talking more about reality. But when it comes to controlling, I think nature controls everything. But how you react is that which we're talking about. That's what makes you wise. Right? It's just, this example is not a very straightforward or perfect one that I want to give. Right? So if you take a situation where you find yourself in a place where the weather is very drastic, like there's snow, right? You're going to feel cold. That's something that you can't control, right? But you can use some aspects of that nature, maybe to light a fire, you see. So you're reacting to that cold nature. Not that you stopped feeling cold naturally, you just did something, you implement something that makes the situation easier. So it's not a very great example because this one is not emotions, but I just want to tie it also to emotions. That if something bad happens, if I punch you in the face, you can't smile and say, hey, but you can react in a certain way. You're going to get angry, but it's a must. But you can react in a certain way that maybe kind of resolve the situation a bit or minimizes it. in some way, but you can't control direct the emotions. You can't just decide that now I want to be happy. Yeah, you can say you want to be happy, but you won't controlling emotions. Maybe a controlling factor that might control the emotions, so controlling the factor. But by controlling the factor, I think that's the way that you can say you're controlling your emotions, but not direct.
Okay. Bali. Yeah, go MP.
I'm still here.
You don't want to answer this question?
I feel like you see, when you're like clarifying the question, I didn't hear you because you were cutting.
Okay, sorry, Magdala. So my question is it possible to control your emotions?
Emotions. Possible controlling your emotions. And I feel like what you just said, it's true. You can't control your emotions, but you can control how you act, you react on them. You see, yeah, when you say you can control your emotions, I might say that you might be fooling yourself or fooling around, saying that, okay, Mara just died, I'm okay. But you actually know that deep inside you, you're not okay, you see. So you cannot control your emotions. It's something that is natural, it's something that you cannot control, you see. But you can control your actions, then help your emotional intelligence. That's the purpose of having emotional intelligence. You have something that you can't control, but what do you do with it? Because this is something that you can't control. This is how you feel. What are you doing with it? So I don't think it's possible.
Okay, MPP. Bali.
Hey, but
Yeah.
that one they've explained it clearly. But this is they've explained it like if nimruketela kumbe nikumba swin'wana obviously mi ta kwata mara ku mi teka xitina minipa sweswo swi le ka n'wina. That's what they're saying. You cannot control how the anger, but you can control how you deal with your anger.
Okay.
It's more like
Bali.
I was saying as more as like we cannot control mara you can control utakarmu. So anger comes naturally, emotions comes out more naturally, but it's on us to deal with them. That's what Bal was saying, Guri. That is what emotional intelligence is all about. How do we deal with what comes without us
So Bali,
having control on it?
so Bali ma agree ka statement lexi nge women are not getting more pregnant because of the rules of the country. Do you agree or not?
Women are not getting more pregnant because of the rules of the country.
Yeah.
They are not getting more pregnant, or they are getting more pregnant, or
They are not.
you will have like South Africa.
Yeah.
Or just in general.
Yeah.
No, Ebali, Mavana, if that is true, I agree with it, because in some Israel, very Islamic controlled countries, not even allowed to hold someone because they enforce those rules. So that is true if the rules are being enforced.
Okay. Who want to ask or something?
Question I need to cut. I need to cut.
The last question or
yeah, the last question I need to cut.
Question na mina ma disagree kumbe ma agree ku women are not getting more pregnant because of the rules of the country.
Okay, in South Africa or the whole world?
Yeah, South Africa, South Africa.
All right. Now I get the question. Thanks.
Just to ask neighbor, and I'm just asking in curiosity, but we know here in South Africa, teenage pregnancy is a problem. So if we are talking about South Africa, that statement is not correct.
Yeah, but any question, guys?
Or maybe we can go and brainstorm and go on later on. How will being emotional intelligent how will being led by people who are emotionally intelligent improves our lives?
Yeah, I can hear your question. So technically, I think that how will people being led by people who are emotionally intelligent improve their emotional intelligence as well, or what? So are you talking about the effect that an emotional intelligent leader has on people, on other people?
What I was saying, let's say South Africa as a whole, we have big scandals, corruption, greediness, stealing of funds. My question is, if ever we had emotionally intelligent people, would we still be facing this, or we will be living great lives and good lives, not being worried about our funds being misused? Will having a great leader or an emotional intelligent leader transforms our lives for better? It can be on work, it can be on church, it can be on your community. Will that have an impact of transforming people's life now?
Not on a very big scale, according to what I see. Right. So are you trying to talk about influence, more influence? So if I'm good, can I influence someone to also be good? In short, is that what you're asking?
Okay, I feel like I kind of get the question. Can I answer it? I don't know if you maybe when I'm answering the question, you'll get the question when I'm answering it. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting it, and I feel like we will benefit, especially here in South Africa. We will benefit if we had leaders that were emotional intelligence. Why am I saying this? Most of the blacks who were not rich were poor. Post-state, now we have freedom. We can be leaders. Our leaders are poor. They see millions transacting, moving around in front of their naked eyes. Now, instead of you being emotionally intelligent and you are poor, now you see money, you can't react in a smart way. The only thing that you act like you make stupid decision. You steal that money. When you steal that money, you're affecting your country. But now, if you're emotional intelligence, you would think, okay, yes, I'm poor, but let me do it for South Africa. Now you use that money accordingly. Now we are benefiting as a country because we had a leader who was more emotional intelligence. But now we have corruption today because those guys, they didn't have emotional intelligence. I'm not sure if you're getting what I'm saying.
Okay, we're getting it, MP. Thank you so much, guys, for your time in this part 2, and we will continue our discussion next week. Thank you so much.